Hi Scorpios, this is your September reading and it's mine too. We are on the other side of all the retrogrades, all the eclipses, and we are shot into frantic, productive, unstoppable Virgo season till about 22nd of September, when it's September equinox and the environment will completely change because the weather changes after the equinox. Stick to your health and work routine and focus on making a name for yourself in the social network till then. Do your best work as Mars moves forward on 27th of August, and what a glorious forward movement it is because it's moving forward at 28 degree of Capricorn, which is the best highest of the achievement of the sign, which is the highest the possible degree of this sign. Out of the 360 degrees, 28 degree Capricorn is the best that Mars can be, and that's where it's moving forward. So make use of it. Do your best work between August 27th to September 10th, when Mars is moving forward in Capricorn. It went retrograde for the last 2 months, so a lot of frustration, physical draining, physical vitality has been compromised. Your routines, your work routines were compromised because Mars rules our work routines as well and our health routine. It just sheer our courage, willpower, initiative was taking a back seat, causing frustration and anger. Now all of that is a thing of past. We have learned our lessons. All the hurt that was supposed to come out, all the unhealthy habits, people, or pattern that we were supposed to leave behind, we have done that over the last 2 months, and now our physical vitality is back. We are able to do more and more work. We are able to take on the right kind of projects for us, and it's moving forward till 10th of September in your third house of communication, writing, speaking, sheer courage, dealings with your siblings, working on maybe a skill set for you. You're creating a new skill for you, which will give you future material gains. Mars and Capricorn is quick, but it's structured, it's determined, it's decisive, and it's cool-headed. It's not afraid of breaking down any structures that are not working for you that came out during eclipse season. It's practical and goal-oriented to give yourself a target or a goal. Preferably that target or a goal is in sector of communication or your skill sets that you're building, but it can be a fitness goal. It could be a goal around your work projects, because those were also held back during this time. And as I said before, you'll be tested on your fitness and your work routines at the end of the month with the full moon, so you better put your energy in that direction as well. It's going to be reworking some of the projects, so forward movement is happening, but the projects that were held up since May might move forward, because it's moving to the degrees where Mars was between May 10th to 16th. So if you initiated any communication project, a new website, maybe something around your office, maybe a work project that you started which was held up from May, it starts moving forward. Saturn is also in your area of communication, writing, speaking, how you present to the world, and your sheer courage sector. So Saturn will also move forward on 6th of September, after which you should see even further work on that. When Saturn is backward, and it went backward in April, you start feeling the hard work become even harder in this sector. You feel that you're putting the building blocks, but nothing visibly is coming out, because the building part of it is not happening. The basement part of it is happening. You're putting these roots down, but not the fruits of it is showing. So you start seeing the building and the actual working out part of the communication sector or the skill set that you're building now after 6th of September. To top it all up, Mercury comes out of shadow on 2nd of September. Mercury already started moving direct 19th of August, but it takes time for it to get over the eclipse degrees. 2nd of September, Mercury is done with the eclipse cycle, and it starts writing new story. It starts acquiring new skills. It starts communicating on new things, and it's an area of your work sector right now. Between 2nd of September till 5th of September, that's where it is, and it's writing something new in that area. You also get the messaging of 11th of August eclipse that happened in your career sector, where you were supposed to have a new career start, or you were supposed to get a new messaging of how something new can be done at your work sector. You also get that on 29th of August when Mercury revisits the eclipse point. So first week of August till 5th of August, first week of September till 5th of September, you continue to receive these messaging on what this new start in career is supposed to be for you. You can see it in my voice, both Virgo as well as Mars, right? Details as well as energy coming back to force. So as soon as Mercury comes out of shadow on 2nd of September, on 3rd of September, it meets Venus. That is constructive talk. That is to say that if you had anything behind the scene happening, either in your love sector or in your creativity sector, maybe you were working on a piece of art in your behind the scenes, it's a great time to talk about it to people. It's a great time to bring it out to the people. It's a great time to talk about this new start in career with your authority figures as well. It gives you general in your communication, a positivity in your communication, which is very much required because Mars was a very jarring energy for the last 2 months. It makes it all sweet and nice at work. From 5th of September, Mercury moves into Virgo. Virgo is the best sign Mercury can be. It comes home. It comes home in your 11th house, and it will stay there till September 21st. Mercury is at its best. Mercury is our mind. It's a basic way of relating to each other, our tool to conduct business on a day-to-day basis. And now it's at its best. Imagine you have the planet of action at its best, and you have the planet of communication at its best. It's favoring any detail work, analysis, intelligence, sifting through wads of information to make business sense. Very easy for you. Tough jobs are best handled right now. Sun is also in Virgo. Mercury is also in Virgo. It's the best time to do your tough work. Just doing things effectively, diligently, with perfection, while not going into and getting lost in hogging the limelight or creating fanfare around it. That's the name of the game in Virgo season. We are healing also in practical ways. We are no more mulling on the past losses. We are eliminating things very objectively that don't work for us. We're getting organized. We're getting productive. We're getting on with our life now. We are being useful. Here, and 11th house is the house of social network, so you're being useful to a large set of people, to either your friend sector or the people that you network with, the business networks that you have. This is also the house of hopes and dreams, so if you had any hopes and dreams of creating your own big wealth through a business venture, this is an excellent time to be out and about till September 21st to meet the right kind of people, make the right connections. Mars is helping you, Mercury is helping you, plus Jupiter is in your first house. It's in your sign. It promises to give you gains till November in the ventures that you start. It's the time to start things. It comes with its share of hard work because Virgo brings out the critiques in people, so just be ready for some constructive feedback, critical feedback, practical feedback coming your way from your social network. Take it all in because you're building something solid here and you want to take everybody's positive or constructive opinions in your mind, but at the same time don't get bogged down with negativity coming your way if it does, because Virgo season makes people critical at this time. Your mind in Mercury is very strongly illuminated. You'll come up with some very practical, unusual, inventive ideas to solve these feedback that is coming your way. You also just had a creative full moon on 26th of August, which has energy live till 9th of September, because the full moon energy is rife for 2 weeks. Now this was supposed to be a creative breakthrough for you, a new creative idea coming through, which you might be launching to the social network that you're tapping into as well. So leverage it for that as well. I'll put a link in the comments on the video that I made specifically around 26th August, full moon in Pisces, and the transcript of it if you want to go into detail of it. Now, as I said, 6th of September, Saturn goes direct in your house of communication. It will significantly help Scorpios born between 0 to 5 degrees who would have felt the Saturn retrograde very strongly. Things would have been muddled, not moving forward. You would have been putting a lot more effort in your usual day-to-day communication, but the things might not be moving in the direction you wanted to. If you're especially 0 to 5 degree Scorpio born in October born Scorpio is there. But just know this, that whatever you're building in terms of the new business based on this new skill set that you're acquiring, or the new communication skill that you're acquiring through both Mars and Saturn, it will come to test in 2020 and it will bear fruits in 2020 as well. So you'll continue to work hard on it and see results, constructive results from that, because Saturn and Capricorn wants to reward you materially. So continue your push work. Don't give up at this stage, because you you are at a breakthrough stage. You are also brought to the last Earth Grand Trine on 7th of September, which has energy life between 5th of September and around 9th of September. So up till the Virgo new moon of 9th of September, you have a last Earth Grand Trine. We talked about it in the July video and the August video. Earth Grand Trine are 3 Earth signs working in positive energy with each other. Try to create something new for you materially. And for you, the Grand Trine has always been in the social networks. It's always about creating something that you can present to the larger world. It's in your communication sector, it's in your social sector, it's in your partnership sector. So you're bringing, with Uranus hitting your partnership sector, and I say hitting because it's a hard aspect. There are changes over the next 7 years that are going to happen to you in your partnership sector, both personal as well as business, which you'll have to adjust to. This is about attaining freedom in your partnership, having originality, a fresh energy infused in your marriage partnership as well as business partnership. And when Uranus started hitting you in May, you might be getting epiphanies, because Uranus is backward right now. You're getting internal epiphanies. What new energy do you want to infuse in both your marriage partnership as well as business partnership, especially if you're a October born Scorpio, or if you have Scorpio ascendant between 0 to 5 degrees, you feel it internally very strongly right now, and rest of us will feel it as Uranus transits through further. But this Earth Grand Trine is about bringing this innovative epiphanies that you're getting with the sheer hard work that you've been putting together in Saturn in your communication sector, and building a new business for you, or building a new skill set for you sector. These two planets working together with that most efficient Mercury going out and networking with the social network. So you're bringing this skill set that you're bringing for a test drive to a wider audience when that happens between 5th to 9th of September. And because it is the third time Earth Grand Trine is happening, first it happened in July with Venus engaged in it, then it happened in August with Sun engaged in it, and now Mercury engaged in it. It won't be the first time you'll be trying it. It won't be the first time you'll be moving out with it. But Saturn is direct in this season. So the constructive feedback that you get, the constructive energy that you get of creating this, whether you're creating a new website, you're creating a new skill set, or you're just reaching out to a wider audience to present your existing skills to them, the results will be fabulous, because Saturn is direct now, and Mercury is at its best sign right now. It's about bringing innovation and hard work and your ability to stick with it to a wider audience right now. Now, this energy is very much active during the 9th of September new moon, which happens exactly in this area of wider networks, social networks, and it's a new moon. So sun and moon are coming together to create something new in your social circle, in your business networks, in your hopes and dreams sector, in your big wealth sector. You're creating new contacts which are supposed to help you in longer term to make your big wealth. You're meeting some people, or you're reaching out to some people who are going to help you create this. So be out and about, be bold. Jupiter is in your sign, and Jupiter is aspecting this new moon in a positive way. You'll start feeling the effect of this new moon from the start of the month itself. So be on lookout for what messaging it's giving you. What is the new social network that you need to activate, that you need to access to become more successful in your life? Who are the people that you need to network with? Who are the people who need to come into your partnership now for you to learn this new skill set that you have going? Now, Jupiter in the first is a sponge of information. You are absorbing information and knowledge inside out when Jupiter moves in your sign. It also gives you a fresh confidence in yourself. It's a fresh start of a 12-year of cycle of expansion and luck. So when Jupiter is positively aspecting this new moon, it blesses up with the confidence that you need, the courage that you need to make the bold step of reaching out to this wider audience. Also, Pluto is positively aspecting it, and Pluto is your new ruler apart from Mars. Mars is your traditional ruler, Pluto is your new ruler. Pluto acts more psychologically. Pluto is about transformation. It goes inside your mind, and it's working in your communication sector with Saturn. So it's going inside your mind, trying to transform your mind, open yourself to further possibilities for yourself, believe more in yourself, giving you courage to take this step of transformation and go out to the people. It could be related to the new career set that's coming through for you. The 11th of August solar eclipse career messaging that was supposed to come to you. It could be a step in that direction because it might be taking a handover from that, or it could be entirely something creative coming out of the full moon of 26th of August that you're taking to the world. So it's either your work project that you're taking to the world or a creative project that you're taking to the world. But Saturn and Jupiter and Pluto, their positive energy gives you the external and internal courage and positivity to go out with full gusto. This is not the first meeting of Jupiter and Pluto. Jupiter and Pluto has been doing this dance of moving with each other since the start of the year, but this is the first new moon that they're touching. So the tangible result of them working together comes out in this new moon. They met 3 times. They met in January for the first time, either through a crisis or through you going deep within, or through a travel that you undertook, which planted a seed of what you want to do new, what do you want to transform in your skill set, what do you want your next 12-year cycle to be like. So that planting of seed happened in January, specifically between 15th to 17th of Jan. Then in April they met again, but Jupiter was backward at that time, so you assimilated these changes, you got more information by that time, and you were working on how and what of it, the details of it. And now they're meeting for the last time, and this is like a delivery new moon. You've been keeping that baby in for the last 9 months, and now you decide it's time to push out. It's time to take it out to the world. The effect of this is potently felt by 14 to 20 degrees Scorpio. So if you're born between 7th to 13th of November, this will tangibly and practically show up for you. These might be small messages. Just be on lookout for it, because it's not about this new moon. It's the Jupiter that I'm more curious about. I want to know what I need to tap into. This new moon gives you the messaging of what you want to tap into. Also, this could be because 11th house is also about elder siblings, so something new and blessed and material positive might be happening in your elder siblings life as well, which could manifest during this new moon. Now, nothing comes without a challenge, so this new moon is coming with a challenge, and it's a very productive challenge. The sun during this time is being opposed by Neptune. Now, Neptune creates a fog. It brings in people who might be trickster into this equation. So when you're reaching out to a wider set of audience, all sort of people are going to come into your life. You're opening yourself to the world. And you're opening yourself to a wider set of criticism as well when you do that. So just be aware that you will be bogged with people who might be out to use you, and they might come across as people who love you. They might be people who might want to partner you for your creativity at that time. So just be on lookout for that. I don't think you'll get dissuaded by that. I don't think you'll get distracted by that, because Mercury, your mind is really sharp right now. Mercury in Virgo knows what is bullshit, what is not. So use that acute mind when people are coming. This is exact on 7th of September. So be on lookout between 5th and 9th of September. Judge for yourself who's asking you for a favor, who's coming into your life, are they real or not. Use this energy for creativity, because Neptune in 5th is all about spiritual creativity and bringing that into existence. So take a bit of a step back. New moon is a high emotional point as well, so just take a day or two. Maybe something creative or new might come out to you. Take it as a great challenge, in my view, because this is also about having your creative license, and how much do you care about the rest of the world to change your creative license. We all have an authority over how we express our creativity, how we express what we do. And are we dissuaded because we are reaching out to a large set of network and they're saying things? Are we dissuaded by that, or we incorporate that constructively instead of changing our essence? Because we all have a gift that we are giving to the world. We all don't want to be same, but at the same time we do want to accept some practical criticism, but not change our offering that we came out to give to the world. Now, after the new moon is done, and even a little bit before the new moon, Venus and Mars are squaring each other. They do square each other on 7th, but at that time Venus is in Libra, Mars is in Capricorn. So it's about friction with co-workers at the time, because and it could also be a bit of you're paying too much attention to your creativity, to your skill set. It might interfere with with you taking care of yourself and your family and your partner. That might come up between 7th and 9th of September, but it's a very quick one. So on 8th of September, you might have a fight with your partner. That's how practically it could work out. What happens further to that is that Venus, because love is going to be a lot in talk in the coming months, because Venus will be going retrograde in your sign, and it will be there for an extended period of time in your sign. So on 9th of September, Venus, the planet of harmony, beauty and love, moves into your sign, Scorpio. It's adding deceptivity. You become the center of attention. It adds softness to you. It adds romance and beauty to you. As I said, Venus is here for an extended period. We'll talk about that more in October, because October is when Venus is undergoing retrograde. Being retrograde means it will be moving backward and retracing what's happening this month. So be on lookout to what you're doing this month in the arena of physical appearance, love, romance, sexuality, as those themes will get repeated and reworked till December. So you want to be careful about not making any overboard. Don't go overboard on any love declaration, on any large and expensive purchases, or a physical makeover. Now when Uranus is itching you on the other side to make a change, you might want to have a complete makeover when Venus comes into your sign. And normally I would say this is the best time to do a makeover, but what's happening is that that's the advantage of astrology, that next month Venus is going backwards, so it might retrace what it did now and maybe want to reverse it. I'm not saying that you would reverse it, but you might rethink it. So don't take a very bold step at this time. You would, especially this is true for October born Scorpios again. There is also a breakup energy, I'm sorry to say that, in October, on 31st of October and 1st of December. So starting a new relationship right now, I'm not saying a no to it, but use the Virgo energy to evaluate and suss the details out. Maybe you do need an intense romance right now for you to realize what you truly want in love, because a Venus retrograde season is also about realizing what you really want in a lover. How do you accept love? How do you go about in love? So, but love is all or nothing for you. Venus and Scorpio is all or nothing for you. You are thoroughly magnetized right now. You would get a lot of attention from suitors if you are out and available for dating. Just be careful that you might take it to extreme at this point in time, and that's exactly what you don't want. Because Venus retrograde next month would want you to take a step back. Also, Venus is an evening star right now. When Venus is an evening star, it's better to sit and accept love versus go after it. It's best to evaluate what you love versus go after it. Use the Venus and Scorpio energy of evaluating your financial standing. Because Venus also rules your money. So go into more deep evaluation of money. How much do you want to really earn? How much do you earn? Your self-esteem, all of those things are a better topic to go after at this time. On 10th of September also, Mars moves into Aquarius. Now that's where Mars was earlier in May, between 16th of May to 26th of June, before it went retrograde. So Mars in Aquarius has the themes of family, home, projects, etc. So any of those things that you started in May now starts moving forward, and you start putting again energy on your house, either on a move, a change in house, or just helping out your mother. Maybe your dynamic with your mother might have been suffering, or with your parents might have been suffering over the last couple of months, especially in May, June. Especially since May, June, July and August, there was friction there. All the anger and frustration now gets used constructively in building positive relationships with your family, also in building up positive relationships with your home environment as a whole. How you parent your children also goes through a positive phase with Mars moving forward. it's at a hope that you have been rewired, reworked, because it's also about your emotional fulfillment. This house is about emotional fulfillment. How do you accept love? So hopefully we are incorporating the lessons that we have learned through the Mars retrograde cycle, because the last time Mars went retrograde in this sector was in 1971, so it was a very rare event that it happened to us. If you have changed houses and there was a lot of issue in your house, you had to reconstruct, redo, as it happened with us. We moved and then we had to fix 1,000 things in the place where we are living now, but those things start giving you joy now. From 10th of September you start enjoying what you've made in terms of your house. If you have not moved yet, then you might be working towards a move, and it will go very positively. A move will go very positively right now. You will continue to be urged by Uranus. Uranus is in your 7th house. It's squaring Mars in Aquarius, which happened during the eclipse of July 27th as well, and it will continue throughout this month and goes exact on 18th of September. But it will continue to itch you, ask you, we need to add some excitement in our emotional life, we need to add some excitement in our married life, in our home life. I want to do something different, maybe stay at a different place from where I'm living. That will continue to be there, but Mars is no more inward, so it's moving forward. It will take active actions with respect to this itch that you might be feeling. Mars in Aquarius is a little bit of a rebel, and so is Uranus, so you might expect some sort of rebellious action from your side. Use it for innovation, use it for brilliant action, give it an outlet, an intelligent outlet if possible, in making a creative partnership happen for you. Or do some work in your house. When Mars is moving through your home sector, if you want to avoid fights with your family, then you start working on something in your house. Maybe you take up a project in your house and start putting your energy in that, because this energy is there till November 15th, so Mars will still move forward in that. So use its energy to create something in your house. Venus and Uranus. Now we talked about Venus and Mars having a hard aspect with each other. They are in a square aspect since 8th of September when it went exact. Then Mars and Uranus, which will go exact on 18th of September. To top it all up, Venus and Uranus are in opposition with each other as well. These three aspects combined together form what we call a T-square, and that is not an easy energy. All of these are not easy energy. Venus and Uranus square opposition will go exact on 12th of September. When that happens, there is a pull and a push. The pull is that you want to change something in a partnership, and Venus is asking you to focus on yourself, triggering your want to taking care of yourself by changing or fighting with your partner properly. So you see some conflicts in your personal life when a T-square is formed between 8th of September to 14th of September, especially on 12th of September and 8th of September, when these aspects are exact and components or subcomponents of these are exact on 8th of September, 12th of September and 18th of September. How to unlock this T-square is, as I said, you have to expend your energy in the house. Mars is the exit point of this T-square. So if you manage the Mars in your house, the active and angry energy in your house, which hopefully the retrograde season has taught you how to do that, enjoy your family life, work hard on it, pick up a project to work on in the house, create a constructive energy outlet for this. Also focus on your workout. It will take the energy away, the edge away from these conflicts essentially. But I will not lie, the 8th to 14th of September energy is quite harsh. The T-square is quite harsh, especially for October-born Scorpios or early degree Scorpios. It is very much the test of your partnership, because you are changing what you want out of a partnership. So whether your existing partnerships can take the shock of it all or not, it depends on how strong they are, because you're trying to be all that you can be. You're trying to be the best self. So a good partnership would obviously persevere this, and this could be treated like a exciting energy which can fuel the sexual energy, it can fuel the interesting part of the relationship, but a weak one can buckle under it, and it will continue. There are further tests, because when Uranus enters your partnership sector, you get a lot of repeated tests in your partnership sector. Then on 13th of September, Mercury is opposed by Neptune, similar to what happened to Sun on 7th of September. So similar messaging comes true. There's chances of miscommunication. Try to postpone any important conversations. Don't have them on 13th of September. It is great for just taking in any creativity, any creative ideas that are happening where you don't have to engage with a lot of people right now. Just stay off that as possible in launching the creative idea. Take in the feedback that you've got from other people and create something. But there might be people from your network that are coming in which you don't want in your network between 12th to 14th of September. Mercury is also blessed in the same way as Sun was during the 9th of September full moon by the Pluto Jupiter positive aspect. So that happens between 14th to 18th of September. It's exact on 15th of September. Also on 15th of September, when this goes exact, that Pluto and Jupiter's positive courage and transformative energy touches your communication sector, where you're reaching out to a wider population, Mercury is at its best performance on that day. Mercury is exalted in Virgo, but it is definitely it is at its peak of performance on 15th of September. So use that day to reach out to the world. Mercury Pluto encourages you to do the deep and the most detailed work that you can do, because Pluto is about going into the depth of things, going underground and digging out things. So work on that, any deep research, and then you present it to the world. You could be very persuasive, very transformative at a larger scale on that day. Just meet the right people, go out. Jupiter will bring in suddenly the right networks to you and work with it. Share your thoughts with them. Be confident in yourself. The stars and the planets are aligned to help you at that time. On 18th of September, we talked about the Mars Uranus aspect going exact. But why I'm talking about it again beyond the T-square is on specifically on that day and around that day, I want to warn you on physical harm, because this is a very accident prone energy. This is an energy of getting hurt through driving, getting hurt in your muscles by overworking them, getting hurt through electric appliances. This is an accident energy, so just be careful of that. I don't like to speak about these things, but it's so prominent and open. And to top it all, on 26th of September, I'm jumping the gun a bit, but let's club up the bad news at the same time. It's not really bad news. 26th of September, South Node will also play a part in it, just as it did on 27th of July. But now Mars is forward. So now that Mars is forward, you are finally cutting the cord of whatever you need to cut cord, whether you're leaving behind an emotional baggage by 26th of September that came out that's not serving you anymore, or you're leaving behind a home, a place of living, or your relationship, or the way or the dynamic with your parents you're leaving behind. So when you're doing that, it's all good from a personal level, but on a global level, because Uranus rules Earth, it's in Taurus right now, which rules Earth. Uranus is aftershocks because it's working retrograde, so it's below the surface aftershocks. And Mars is physical rapid action. Ketu is just sheer loss. Something has to go, and it works much like Mars below the surface. So to me, that is an earthquake energy, that is an aftershock, physical aftershock energy around 26th of September, as well as a little bit of accident prone energy around 18th of September. So avoid travel if you can during this time. Just be extra vigilant. As I said, on a personal level, it can very much be a very sexy and sparkly energy, revitalizing your romance sector. Now that brings us to the towards the end of Virgo season. Just before the Virgo season ends on 20th of September, Sun will meet Mercury, forming a very active social life between 19th to 21st. It will just be a very active time for you, very productive time for you before you go into hibernation with September equinox. Because when September equinox happens on 26th, 27th of September, both Mercury and Sun enter Libra. That is your 12th house of behind the scene. So the energy changes on equinox. It's fall in northern hemisphere, it's spring in southern hemisphere. September equinox changes the weather, it changes the vibes, nights are getting longer, season is changing, you go more inward, you go more into rejuvenation, dreamy, relaxation stage where you are getting ready for your birthday season. It's also about releasing and ending what's not serving you. It's about getting rid of the junk, any bad habits that you don't want to continue in your solar year. So it's not the same out and about energy that you had before. It's also focusing on your partner and private life. Now, between this very private life, before you embark on the full journey, maybe you're going on a real journey, maybe you're going for a relaxing long-term trip with your partner during this time. But before that happens, light falls on your routines. There's a full moon on 24th of September at 2 degree Aries in your 6th house of day-to-day routines. That is sun and moon opposing, where sun wants to go and relax and go into hibernation, but moon says no, look for a minute what's happening in your work life. Look for a minute what's happening in your health sector. Are you on track with your routines? Is there something that's not working out over there? It throws the light on it, and it's not the easiest of the house to have this in, because Saturn is squaring this moon. So Saturn is squaring both sun and moon as well as Mercury during this time. It's bringing a reckoning. It's saying, are you taking care of business? Have you given your dues to the sale process, to the day-to-day communication? Because Saturn is in that area before you go and move into spirituality and inner world. So work will demand your attention and effort when that happens on 24th of September, and that will continue for the next couple of days after that. It can act, I'm just warning you, it can act a little bit depressing. First of all, Saturn square does not feel right. It is very much a required reckoning, because Saturn always does something for your good. So there must be something which you're not paying attention to, maybe, that it wants to highlight. But or if you've worked for it, then it shows you the positive results of it. Maybe you get a recognition at work as a result of that. Maybe you see positive effort. That's why I warned you at the start of the video that take care of your health and work routine, because there's a reckoning at the end of the month. You get rewarded by Saturn if you've done the work as well. But at the same time, why it is emotionally depressing is because that's how Saturn makes the moon feel when it's a hard aspect. You might feel a little bit down during this full moon. Take care of your health specifically during this time. Take care of your health in general in this month, but specifically this time. Chiron is also making an aspect to moon during this time. So some old lack of recognition at work, or some old health habits which were causing you health issues, the remembrance of that or the hurt of that might come out when the light is thrown on your health and career sector. So just be aware of that. It's all to heal you, it's all to help you. If something wrong is coming out during this time, just take care of it. Saturn will help you work towards it, and all the planets are in your favor. Jupiter is in your favor. It's in a healing sign right now. It's in your sign right now, trying to heal you of everything that's going wrong, either in your work life or in your health life. Apart from that, Saturn square is an extremely good aspect to let a unhealthy habit go. So when Saturn squares you, just use it to let any bad health habit go. Both Sun as well as Mercury would be squared by Saturn during this time, but at the same time they are receiving a positive aspect from Mars. So your ruler is throwing a positive light towards the sun during this full moon, and Mars is your vitality. So anything that you need to make a change of in terms of your work or in terms of your health, you get a positive aspect from your ruling planet. So you'll have the energy to do it. Aries full moon is anyways not about sitting and crying about things that are not working. It's about taking action. So it's a get-go sign. So you'll do something about it. So that's where we conclude the month. We do have Pluto moving forward on 30th of September. Chiron does move retrograde in your love sector from 25th of September till 6th of December. Love is going to be a topic at the top of your mind, but we'll talk more about that in October when love comes to focus. Thank you so much and have a great month ahead.